Yo, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Arekkz here, and today I am finally getting around to doing something that has been requested for quite some time, and that is, of course, if you guys have seen the title, a setup tour. Sometimes I'll do unboxings, or kind of just like put photos up on Twitter if I gotta get cool things, and then some people kind of see stuff in the background and like, hey, I really want to sort of see a setup tour, I want to see what you guys are running with. I spoke like a while ago about when I sort of mounted my monitors up on like a stand, and people were like, I want to sort of see how this all fits in. So finally, thought I'd get around to doing exactly that. So if you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But before I get into that, I do want to say thank you so incredibly much for helping us hit 500,000 subscribers. Now, this is not going to be the specific 500,000 subscriber video. For that, I will drop that probably either next week or the week after, because I'm sorting out a load of giveaways for you guys, like lots of giveaways. Some of them are going to be bigger, some of them are going to be smaller. I have got a Nintendo Switch sitting behind me that I've been saving for a special occasion. I've also got some other really cool stuff down here that I'll be doing kind of giveaways for. So we're going to sort of run like a number of different giveaways for 500k to try and give back to you guys. So I'll put together a video probably, because the Destiny beta is next week and it's going to be kind of busy, probably the week after, and then I'll detail how you guys can sort of enter. There'll be like loads and loads of different ways to enter, so you can kind of enter for different things depending on what you want to win. And we're also working on a 500k t-shirt. It's been a while since we've done an Arekkz Gaming t-shirt. Obviously, we've got like new logos since then and whatnot. So would be super cool. Try and get one of those out. So yeah, we figured, 500k, big milestone. Why not do it for that? So a lot of stuff coming for that. Do stay tuned. I'll of course keep you guys bang up to date. There is actually a giveaway running right now for a HyperX Revolver S headset, a HyperX mouse, and also the newly announced HyperX Alloy Elite mechanical gaming keyboard. If you've been looking at the giveaway for the past like week or so, it's been listed as an unannounced product, but that was actually announced today. It's also part of my setup. I've been running with it for a few weeks. Really awesome keyboard. So that giveaway is running right now. You can find a link to it in the description box down below. It runs for another week, and then winner will be chosen from there. So definitely check that one out. But for the time being, today's focus is of course on the setup. So where to begin? Well, let's kind of just start like slightly more broadly. Room itself, I've kind of got like a line of hats hanging above my bed at the back. I used to wear hats a lot more. Don't really wear them too much these days, but they're there. They're kind of mainly like Superman hats, things like that. Then of course on the right, I've got my shelf for predominantly my current gen games and my amiibo. I've got things like Xbox One games there, PS4, Switch, and like Wii U, although technically speaking they can kind of move to another shelf now. But either way, they belong there, and of course the amiibo over the side. Amiibo shelf is now completely maxed out, so any new ones I get have to kind of go somewhere else. And of course above that, I then have some other collectibles, Monster Hunter figures, some Gundam stuff, some other gaming stuff. So I like to collect stuff. You guys can probably get that idea by sort of seeing some of these shelves. Down below that, actually got like a photo wall or like a picture wall. This is kind of outdated, to be honest. I did this quite a few years ago. The main pictures here are like Titans from Titanfall 1. And of course, Assassin's Creed stuff from like the art book they sent out a while ago, which was really awesome. However, the one in the middle, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, not actually one of my favourite games, but I have it here because it's signed by Ono and Harada, so the guys that made Street Fighter and Tekken. So I treasure that. It's really cool, so I have that hanging there. But yeah, that's the kind of outer area. Some of the stuff you see behind me and all that kind of stuff. So there's also some trainers down the floor. Keep some of them down there. I've got more of them in my cupboard. So yeah, that's some of the sort of other stuff. But if we now turn our attention to the setup, let's start with the screens. These are BenQ EW2440. They're not like ultra high spec amazing screens or anything like that. I've had them for quite a few years now actually. I bought them mainly because I really like the sort of super slim profile. They've basically got like no border around them, so when you have them in like a triple screen setup, they actually look really nice. They're not kind of like crazy refresh. I think they're like a 4 millisecond refresh. I'll have a link to like everything in my setup in the description box down below if you guys want to check them out. I'm not even sure if you can buy these monitors anymore because they're kind of old, but I just really like them. They look nice. They've got a good enough picture quality. They're great for what I need when I'm editing. They're great for kind of just gaming on. Obviously, if you're like a super competitive person in like online games, then you probably want one of those kind of like 1 millisecond refresh things, but I'm not like that, right? I like my games, I play my games, but I'm not one of those like hyper competitive people that needs one of those monitors. So these are good for me. Absolutely love them. It is worth noting, these are one of the few monitors that don't have the default VESA mount on the back, which is like the 4 screws. So you actually have to get an adapter if you want to put them onto a mount, and the mount is this Von Horst like fully adjustable 3-arm mount. It's really cool, really stable as well. So like when I first put it up, people were like, the ones on the side look like they're kind of tipping. It's like, no, they're not. They're actually really strong. So this is a solid mount. If you do happen to have these monitors and you want to know how to mount them, Then you need the combination of the Visa mount adapter and of course the triple arm. So again, links are all down below. But that's my screen setup. Looks nice and clean. The left two are of course for my PC. So generally speaking, on the far left screen, I just have things like TweetDeck or my emails. They're the things that I don't need to look at like all day long, hence why they're on the left. And then on the main screen, that's where I do my editing or my PC gaming. And then on the right is my console. As for the keyboard, that is of course the one that I mentioned is in the giveaway now, the HyperX Alloy Elite. Now this is the new one as of today. It's officially been announced, but I've had this for a few weeks now. It is their kind of like top spec mechanical gaming keyboard. They've had one for a while called the Alloy FPS, which is a keyboard that I use when I'm traveling, which I'll show you guys in a minute. It's smaller, but the only reason I haven't been using it as like my main driver is because it never had a palm rest, and as someone that uses my keyboard like all day long, that is super important to me. So up until now, I've been using like the Corsair K70, great keyboard, but when this one came through, I just kind of like swapped over to it, tested it out for a bit, and honestly, I genuinely prefer it. It's a really good quality keyboard. It's got, I think it's Cherry MX red keys. You can also swap out the WS and D keys with these sort of new grippy keys, which is really nice for when you're gaming on it, and it's just like, generally speaking, a really nice keyboard to use. So that's my keyboard. The mouse is the Logitech G502. Now, this one, funny story, I actually first discovered this about 2 years ago at Gamescom when I was, of all things, on stage doing some like Rainbow Six tournament stuff, Rainbow Six Siege, and they had these mice, and I used them, and I was like, this is a really comfortable mouse to use, but the main reason that I bought this is it has what I like to call an infinite scroll wheel. If you click this little button, it releases the scroll wheel, and you then spin it, and you can let go, and it just spins forever. It's amazing. I haven't really found a use for it unless you're trying to scroll through like a 50 million page essay, but it's really cool. Like, if you're on like a loading screen, you just unlock it and just spin it endlessly. It's just kind of a good thing to pass the time. I just really like it. It's comfortable, it's nice, but that's the mouse that I use. As for the headset, this is the HyperX CloudX Revolver Gears of War Edition. Now, I've been using the HyperX headsets for a long time. HyperX are, of course, one of the sponsors of this channel. They send me like some of their new stuff, but I tend to sort of like check it out, and if I like it, I use it. If I don't, then I just leave it in the box. And the HyperX headsets genuinely are like my favorite headsets like I have ever used. On my shelf over there, I actually have what I like to call my headset graveyard. I've got Razer, Mad Catz, Thrustmaster, Astro, Blue headsets there. They are all headsets that I've been through and tried for a good chunk of time, and they ultimately just weren't comfortable enough for me to use. I tend to wear my headset in a weird way. I kind of have it like one ear in, one ear out, because I like to hear what's going on outside of me while everything else is like going on in game. So that's probably partly why, but those headsets are honestly so incredibly comfortable. The sound quality is great, so I really like them. In fact, they actually recently released a new one, which is the HyperX Revolver S, which I do have, and it is really cool. It's in this like nice matte black. It's got 7.1 surround sound. It's got a mini sort of mix amp kind of thing as well, but the only reason I haven't swapped to it is because red is my color scheme. Like, I love red, and the Gears of War one's just like red headset, so good, and it's comfortable, and I haven't really had a chance to properly upgrade. I probably should swap to those ones because they are actually the upgraded versions. They are the better ones than these, but I like red. What can I say? So that's the headset. Then taking a look at the kind of back of the desk, of course, I've got more models here. I appreciate some people like the kind of ultra clean setup. I like to try and keep my setup clean, but I do like my collectibles, hence why there are models there. So that's actually the kind of Mario Rabbids sort of figure you get from the collector's edition that comes out later this year, but when I was at E3 they were giving them out, so got a chance to get that one. In the back I've got a TechNet hard drive dock, because when I had my old PC, I had like a hard drive and SSD in there. When I got my new PC, which already had 2 hard drives and SSD, I just wanted to kind of bring all the data over because it had like a load of my YouTube stuff on, so I just bought a hard drive dock. You just stick it in, plug it into a USB like 3.0 port, and it's just still ultra fast. So that now means I effectively have 4 hard drives in my PC, which is really useful, and of course if I want to swap it out, I can just take it anywhere. So that is at the back. Of course, more figures down there. I've then got my various collections of like Link, Amiibo, Figmas, Nendoroids, of course the Majora's Mask and the Ganon statue in the back. The Amiibo mainly are there because I don't have room on the shelf, as you guys saw. Next to that is of course my Nintendo Switch with the neon arms coloured Joy-Cons on right now. And then if we move over to the right hand side, we have the Xbox One, PS4 Pro and the PS4. The only reason I have a Pro and a PS4 next to it is because of course if you guys are on the channel you'll know that I sometimes do PS4 Pro, PS4 comparisons, and while you can change the settings on the PS4 Pro between like 1080 and 4K, you don't necessarily get kind of the accurate idea of like, you know, the other end of the scale, because you still have the sort of upscaling that comes with the PS4. So when I'm doing that, I will then plug my PS4 Pro into my 4K recorder. I will then plug the PS4 into my Elgato, record the videos, do all the editing. So that's basically why they're there. I play on the PS4 Pro all the time, but the PS4 is literally just there for those videos. So that's where my consoles go. And then, of course, to the right of that, I then have my handheld section. There's a lot of handhelds here. I really like portable gaming. So I have my 3DS. This is my European one. This is the modded one. So in the back, it's actually got a USB port, so I can plug a USB cable into my PC. It then puts the display on my PC. That's how I record 3DS videos. That's how I record or like stream 3DS videos. I will leave a link to that. Or, I'll leave a link to everything, but I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. They are expensive, they're hard to get a hold of, and the waiting list is quite long. You basically have to get it from a shop in Japan. They mod them, and you can either buy your 3DS from them, or you can send your 3DS to get it modded. It's a lengthy process. It's not exactly ideal, hence why a lot of people don't cover 3DS stuff, but it's what I kind of had to do. So there's that. It's also got a grip on it, which makes it super comfortable to hold. I personally like the small 3DS. That's the new 3DS, one with the faceplates, but I like that. That's like super portable. It's a good size, and it's really comfortable for me to use, especially if you have that grip on it. I then have a second one. This is my Japanese one, so if any Japanese games come out, I can then stream that. And I, of course, have my original 3DS, because that's the one I got before I got it modded. I also have below that the new PS Vita. This is the slim one. I bought this in Japan. It's supposed to be red. It looks more kind of bronze to me, but it's listed as the red one. And then below that is the old PS Vita, also in red. This one is actually modded from the same guys that mod the 3DSs, because this one also has a USB port in, so I can display the PS Vita stuff on my screen. Haven't done that for quite some time, but it's there if I ever need to do that. Then on the back wall are the controllers. These are actually really cool. These are like controller mounts I bought off eBay probably about like 6-7 years ago. The annoying thing is the person that I bought them off just seems to have disappeared, so I can't get any more. So I honestly don't know where to find them. There's probably like other versions of them, but these ones are like really nicely made. So they are kind of like my controller mounts. I have the Xbox One there, PS4, Xbox 360. I don't know why that 360 controller's still there. I don't really play 360 anymore. And of course, my Pro controller. And then of course, down below that, I have 2 extra controllers. I'm still trying to work out which one of these I want to use. I have the Razer Raiju and the Nacon Revolution Pro. I'm trying to decide because I'm going to be playing Destiny on PS4 more. I'm not a huge fan of the basic PS4 controller. It just doesn't really feel that comfortable to me. I've always been like an Xbox gamer, and I like the Xbox control pad. So I've got those ones. The annoying thing, like if you guys saw my review, you'll see that the annoying thing I said about these controllers, like the Razer, I like the triggers, but I don't like the face buttons. The Nacon, I like the face buttons, but I don't like the triggers. So I'm trying to work out which one. So during the beta next week, I'm going to test them both out, see which one feels good, and then probably run with that as like my main controller for PS4. Then outside of that, I of course have the Blue Yeti Blackout. This is the mic that I use. It's a USB mic. I haven't kind of made the switch to XLR just yet, so it's a really good mic, good sound quality. It does pick up a lot of background noise if you kind of have it standing on like a desk or something, or it's near like, a PC that's vibrating or anything like that, or kind of making like a hum. So you, generally speaking, want to put it on an arm. I don't know why I need to get around to getting a shock mount for it to kind of get even cleaner audio, but either way, that is the mic I use. It then hangs from just a bog standard. That's like a bog standard Amazon arm that costs like £10 on Amazon. So that's how I record my audio. I of course have the Logitech C920 as my webcam. For recording gameplay, you won't see it because it's behind the consoles and all like cabled up and stuff, but I have the Elgato HD60S, so that's the one with the like 0 delay, so when I'm streaming, it's really, really good. And then, as mentioned, when I want to record 4K stuff from console, I have a Blackmagic device. It's bulky, I don't leave it out all the time because it just takes up so much space. It records direct to SSD, so if ever I need to do any 4K recording, that is what I go to. And that, my friends, is pretty much it for like my general setup. The last 3 things I do want to show you, this is kind of part of my portable setup, so I just thought I'd kind of throw it in there. These 3 things are the things that I basically use if I'm traveling. So, of course, you have the HyperX mouse. This is just the one that I kind of have. It's a nice quality mouse. I just have the Logitech one on my desk all the time because it's just the one that I'm used to using. When I travel, I take this with me. I leave it in my bag, so I've always got it on me. I then have the HyperX Alloy FPS. This is the keyboard I spoke about earlier. It's smaller, it's lighter, it's easy to kind of travel around with, but it's still a mechanical keyboard. It's a really nice quality keyboard, and it's great when I'm traveling because I don't like using laptop keyboards, so I'll always plug a keyboard in. And since when I'm traveling, I'm never kind of working at a desk for too long, then I don't really mind that I don't have a palm wrist. But obviously, that's something I wouldn't necessarily use like all day long because, otherwise my wrist would start to ache, hence why I have the Elite. And then my laptop is the Razer Blade. This is, I'll leave the specs down below. It's one of the ones that's got, I think it's a 1080 in it. It's got like a 1TB SSD and all the other kind of stuff in it. It's the Blade, not the kind of Blade Pro. I appreciate Razer is an expensive brand. I used to have an Alienware before that, but honestly, because I travel so much, I just wanted something that was good, thin, like light, because traveling around with like a 3kg Alienware was not the nicest thing in the world. So yeah, that's a great laptop. Can't complain with it. I edit on it. You can game on it. I don't actually bother, but I literally just have it as like an editing powerhouse. and it's just like, you know, I can throw it in my bag with all my other equipment. When I'm traveling, I've got like cameras, capture cards, sometimes I run around with my drone or like audio recording devices, everything like that piled in a backpack. The last thing you want is a heavy laptop. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is my setup, my main setup. A few things are kind of in the background, my portable setup. So that is a look at what I use to kind of get the work done. That is kind of what I use on a day-to-day basis to get all my videos done, to run the channel, all that stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like would be super appreciated. Again, don't forget to check out the HyperX giveaway to win those 3 prizes. Ends next week, so definitely get your entries in while you still can. And of course, keep a look at the channel. I've got many more videos coming. Of course, I've got all the usual gaming videos, more Destiny goodness next week because the beta drops, more Monster Hunter World stuff coming. We're getting closer to Gamescom. And of course, once I'm over the kind of busy period next week, I will then sort out the 500k giveaway video so you guys can start winning some awesome prizes. For the time being, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.